you? How's it going? How are you doing? How's everything? Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, I'm here now. The first art I'm doing is my face because I like the lights to be bright today, which we'll discuss that too. I'm going to press this coffee and smoke some weed. All sorts of stuff going on over here just after these 3 minutes of commercial ad breaks, so I'm so sorry. Okay, so I'm back. The art agenda. Oh, the art agenda of the evening is to do my makeup first, then my nails, then my canvas. Okay. Um, but first, let me press this coffee. I don't know why I'm drinking it now. It seems like I got through my whole day without it, and I was like, "Oh man, once I have this caffeine, I'm gonna have caffeine. I'm gonna get this coffee." And like, obviously went through a whole fucking process to make it because it's a fucking French press. And then I just haven't even drank it yet, which seems crazy because why start now? But starting the stream, might as well start with the coffee. I just think it could have served me well like hours ago instead of, but that's okay. That's okay. Welcome to Insomniacs Anonymous. I'm your host, Illuminati Mystex, 444, with 4 viewers. That was cute. So, cheers. Okay, that's good. I do really like having something to drink when I stream. Next part of the agenda, packing this bowl. Unfortunately, not unfortunately, but fortunately, I cleaned my bong today. Unfortunately, my spider's missing. Crawled away. Don't know where it went. Don't remember where I said it. That's the thing about not having caffeine sometimes. Some days I'm like, what? And then other days I'm so focused that having it makes me unfocused. And the roulette of it all is fucking exhausting. Other examples or areas of roulette include, but are not limited to, the light situation. I thought that was so weird that some days I come on here, thank you, and I turn the lights all the way down, and I'll turn the lights off in my room. I literally will like dim the fucking light on my laptop, on my phone, lights all down. Can't stand it. And then I think, well, that's normal, right? Who would want bright lights? And then some days I'm like, does this get any brighter? I'm gonna leave this on. Like, it's just so weird. And again, it feels like Russian roulette. Like, I don't even know what I'm gonna get some days when it comes to that kind of stuff. Even if I can generally know what to expect. But I did like a half-assed job cleaning my bong. This was completely black, and no, it's not. This you can actually see through again, which is crazy because I didn't realize how bad it was getting. So I realized it'd been a minute until I was tasting it and seeing the murkiness in the water. Because I like to do it every 3 to 4 days, since I'm the only one who smokes out of this bong. Otherwise, I would probably change the water every day. Yeah, so the art of smoking weed, number 1. Okay. Don't get it twisted. Kind of kidding, but again, it's weird. It's like when I'm not needing to medicate, so I just like don't smoke, but then like I didn't quite get it today. I don't know how else to explain it. I still took care of myself, showered, made a meal, knew I was going to stream, less pressure to be doing stuff all the time. I got a big part of my list of things to do done a couple weeks ago, last cycle probably. So lately I've been more in chill mode. And like wanting to pick up endeavors again. Like music's driving me nuts, where I just don't have it in me, but I always have it in me, you know. I don't have it in me to physically do it, but I just keep writing songs, and I'm like, dude, if you don't figure something out in that regard, it's okay. I'll get there at my own pace. Look at that white. Oh my god, it's gorgeous. Oh, it tastes so good. Folks, this is a reminder for y'all to clean your fucking bongs, okay? It's so easy. This is my biggest life hack, best tip I got, is just get some regular ass alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Keep that shit in your room, wherever you keep your bong, your smoke room. And every time you go to change the water, just 1, 2, 3 down the fucking neck, 1, 2, 3 down the pipe, put your thumbs in it, shake that bitch the fuck up, rinse it out a few times. You can even like do one of these while it's got the hand sanitizer water in it. Shake it up, rinse it, shake it up, rinse it. It'll be so much cleaner than it would be if you didn't do that. You know, it's not like the purest clean. It's not as good as like pure rubbing alcohol, salt, lemon, Kefisa, or any of the other weird ready clean. Not ready clean. What's the other one? The one you use to clean bongs. You get what I'm saying? It's not that good, but it's way better than nothing or just water, you know? So, reminder to clean your bongs, and cheat code, just use hand sanitizer. Cheat code, change the water so much your bong doesn't get dirty, but that's wishful thinking, and we all know it. Okay. Again, the art agenda. I'm starting with my makeup. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm running late, and I didn't want to keep you waiting. So I'm going to keep you watching me do my makeup. And I thought about going on the makeup category, but 1, I don't think that I'm really on par with the rest of the makeup girlies. 2, I didn't want to take even longer by ending the stream and starting it up again. 3, I don't have a third thing. It just sounded better. It just sounded like I was leading up to a third thing, so I just went with it. Cool. Been in another Nico phase. I don't know why. I think tonight I am doing tarot later. And I think that what I'm gonna do is use the Halloween Oracle and talk to some dead people. Now, it could very well be Nico. There was someone else who came up the other night, last night maybe. I said, maybe we'll talk to them. We've never talked to them before. And in this moment, I don't remember who that was. That's why I like the semi-clean bong. Look at that. There's still so much gook in there. You can't really tell on the camera. There's still so much shit in there. But then you still taste the weed. It's really about the clean water. That's why I was like, yo, instead of doing a full clean, just hit it with a little handy-sandies, you know? Because it's better for your lungs, too. And to be honest, I would have not pegged you for a bong guy. I would have pictured you being like, oh, I might hit the joint a few times. Didn't think you were just ripping bongs, bro. Should have known though, Scorpio, you need water. You need water for your fire. For the air. Hello. Oh, for sure. I have lived off of resin in my day. And I'm not talking about DMT resin. That was a story that came up recently. We did just talk about that too a couple months ago, didn't we? Talking about gas masks and shit. Never mind. Like you were a stoner in the 90s. No, you're not that age, are you? Maybe. I don't know. I'm sorry. Did this get really offensive really quickly? So sorry. You were probably a stoner in the 90s. I was almost a stoner in the 90s. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, well, if you're any older than me, then you were probably smoking weed in the 90s. Because, yeah. Now that it's time. Dude, it's not that I would never want to be anyone else or like be Nico. Especially because I know her life was fucking miserable and she was never really like that happy or whatever. But her music, she really nailed it. I don't know. I think about these songs that get stuck in my head. I wish I could sing them to you, but I don't know all the words because, like, let's be honest, she's German. Like, it's not hard to understand, but some of the words, if you don't know what she's saying, then, like, yeah, maybe it's a bit more difficult to decipher as an American speaker and liver. Okay. That was like the funniest. An American speaker and an American liver instead of just saying as an American because like I have such a dissociative identity disorder surrounding being American. I like to dissociate from that identity as much as possible. Okay, so even though I'm like cliche with the shit, right? Okay. I'm sorry. Let's just keep moving. Let's keep going. Her music is amazing. And I wish I could sing the Fairest of the Seasons. My title was not so clever. Fairest of the Seasons. Great fucking song. Great fucking song. I think that's in the Royal Tenenbaums. I feel like I was surprised because I know These Days is in there. You know? And then, I remember watching it more recently and being surprised he used more than one song on that album, but then, like, shouldn't be surprised. It's so aesthetic. That's so Margo. And Nico's so good. So we might talk to her tonight. That could be why she's been around so much. But there was someone else that came up. Maybe it was Nico, because I was, like, saying how Lou was the only one who cared about her. And the only one she really fucked with or something. So maybe it'll be about Nico tonight, especially with the painting. I was also thinking about how initially I was sort of drawing myself and realized that I just kind of do look like I'm in a Nico phase with my hair. Not in this moment, obviously, but Um, and then I thought about how I have never really done a portrait of the living before. They never came out right, but then my portraits of the dead are like bangers for some reason. So there's something about that. I don't know. I just, yeah. I'm thinking about Left Eye because I was thinking about how in 6th grade I attempted to do a portrait. This was obviously before I understood necromancy or realized that not everyone talks to Jesus in the same way that I do, maybe. I think I realized that a lot sooner, but I hadn't. I was projecting my faith at the time. I was into art. I was depressed. I was into death. I was morbid. I was probably experiencing PMDD for the first times in my life at this point, right? 6th grade. And I tried to do a portrait of Lisa Left Eye Lopez before I knew anything about astrology, before I knew my childhood best friend was a Gemini, and so was she. As is my lover now, and many of my other besties. Just crazy. I love them. Always have. So, I didn't finish it. I painted over it, and I painted a church window or something, and then it ended up being this very, I don't want to call it iconic, but it's, what would the word be? It's like you see this painting, you know it's my painting, or at least anybody did for a long time, because it was so old. I've had it for so long. I bring it to all my shows. No one ever even wants to buy it. No one ever even asks. Or if they ask, it's because it's not that good, because I did it in 6th grade, you know? But I never painted over it. I touched it up over the years. Never painted over it. But now that I'm thinking about this, it makes me curious why I would have been painting Left Eye. And like, okay, to be fair, I was listening to Fan Mail a ton at the time. That album. Dear life, you suck. Like, I was in my feels. Okay. And at that point, she was already dead. R.I.P. She was my favorite. I had a crush. She's so cute. And she's a Gemini. Again, didn't even know at the time. T-Boz has the same birthday as me. So I was like, yo, I want to be T-Boz. But, like, Left Eye. Like, fuck, dude. Had a crush. But because now I still only do portraits of dead people, and that started like 10 years ago, where people who I did the portraits for were like, this is amazing. Who this is of. Let's do that. You didn't know that. But, I'm sure back then, if I would have finished the portrait instead of being like, this is a little weird. Right? I was like, what are you doing? The canvas, to be fair, was like a length. Probably like, like 9 by 18 inches or something, maybe even 2 feet. So that just is funny to think about. So I gotta say this is Nico, because or I might die or get trapped in that painting or something. I really only do portraits of dead people. And because it's Nico, we gotta take our hips down. That's moral of the story. We gotta take our hips off. I have hips, that's fine. But Nico, we got a little bit more straight and narrow when she was with the blonde hair. Basically, yeah. So that's cool. Are you joking? I talk about her all the time. She's the one who sings all the songs that I'm always singing besides Kate Bush or the Flaming Lips. Now that it's time, now that the hour hand has landed on the something, I want to know. I could give you the entire, short dissertation of her life. I might as well. I'm just doing my makeup, honestly. If I keep looking around at things, I'm going to keep talking and never be done with my makeup and never move on to the art of the evening. So Nico was born October 16th, 1938, which was about a month before or after, a month after World War II started. See, that's where my head's at. Her birthday's October 16th, 1938. I think World War II started September 25th, 1938. So she was like born right at the beginning of World War II. She was raised by her mother. Her father went off to war and never came home, so she had a lot of resentment towards things, but it wasn't necessarily towards her father, which it's very questionable what did happen to him because they were never given disclosure about the situation, and so they never really pursued it again. They were living in the country during the war, and then, she was like 5 when the war ended, so they finally moved, and I think they moved to the city somewhere, still in Germany, probably Berlin, but of course this would have been like Berlin in the 30s, Berlin in the 40s, Berlin in, early 50s. But because she was living with her single mother, she had to start working when she was probably like 9, 10 years old. So she became a seamstress, which was just like common trade for the time, she just learned to sew. But she got a job sewing lingerie, and I think the whole thing is like she was like designing lingerie. She was learning to sew lingerie at 12 and like designing lingerie at 13 and modeling that lingerie at 13, 14. So she got a job at this shop, and she was pretty. You can see the pictures that you see of her in the 60s. She pretty much looked that way since she was 13, like just gorgeous, tall, big face, blonde, just everything about her. Maybe she wasn't blonde. I don't know, it doesn't matter. I think she was blonde. Something's telling me she was blonde, but then I'm like, I thought her natural hair was dark, but maybe it just got dark over the years. I don't know. So she was like modeling this lingerie that she handmade, and some, people, I feel like she was in Paris already for this, but she couldn't have been. She ended up going to Paris because of this. So some people they scouted her. She would just stand outside the shop in lingerie because she was trying to sell the lingerie. Because it was more lucrative to sell lingerie than it was to sell proper clothes, so to speak, as a seamstress. And so they're like, "Oh my God, a model! You're so beautiful, Nika." Well, her name is Krista Paffin. Krista Paffin. You're so beautiful, Krista. You should come to Paris Fashion Week. So it was some photographer who discovered her and decided to call her Nico. Named her Nico when she was like 15 because it was his ex-boyfriend's name or something so weird like that, right? Like she was just groomed from the start. Groomed and doomed from the start. Did not have a dad, but her dad may have been a Nazi anyways. So it's just like, okay. Yep, she was preyed upon at 13, but she was literally so beautiful always that they half expected it, I think. It will always be probably evil unless we really turn things around, which it doesn't seem like anybody's willing to do anytime soon, but I'm working on it anyways. I agreed. It was just really sick. It's really sick. So she did Fashion Week. 15, she's going by Nico. She becomes a model, blah, 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 blah. 17, 18, she moves to New York City. She had been staying in Paris and going back and forth throughout Europe, and she decided actually she didn't want to be a model at all. She was the most famous fashion model. You got to think about this though. Like Twiggy was modeling in the 60s, okay? Nico was already moved on and in the Velvet Underground by 1968. Like she was that bitch in every industry. It's like fucking insane. And like left out of everything. Like fucking everything. Because she did heroin, because maybe she was vaguely semi racist in like a German way of like, you know, in Germany they were dark humor, so when she came to the US her jokes about stuff were like lost on people who were not there. You know, they're like, bro, we were not there. Oh my gosh, my laptop's not on. My laptop's not on mute. But this, welcome baby, I hope you get to I can't believe you did that to me. I love you though. Stop. Okay, I'm gonna call you Sam from now on. Sam, Sydney sweetheart, welcome to the chat. So I was just going on a tangent about Nico's life while I did my makeup before I did the painting. So far, my face looks so dark because I got this light so bright right now. Look at that. It looks like I'm wearing fake tanner back here. But then I come close and you're like, oh, okay, so you don't even have a face. Got it. Anyways, so Twiggy, like, that's the thing. She was born 10 years after Nico. So even though they got into modeling at the same age, Nico was 10 years ahead of her, regardless. You know? Like, that's, oh man. And it's nothing against either one of them. I feel like people often, or I don't know, Twiggy did have her moment, but there's just less of her, it feels, lately when it comes to fashion. Thank you. And modeling, right? Thank you so much. I did them raw. I just like brushed them after I drew them because I lost my eyebrow brush. And then I just dabbed on some like bronzer blush mix because it's just like a pack of broken makeup. That's cool. So, anyway, Nico is that bitch. She was always that bitch. In fact, she invented that bitch. Like, I will go there and say that because none of the Chelsea girls, none of the factory girls would have even gathered if Nico wasn't there first, right? Because, again, she moved to New York when she was 18 years old. That would have been, she was born in 38, so 56 she moved there. And then you didn't see Andy Warhol build his freakish little empire until the 60s once more. So everything that they did was inspired by and looked like and was very Nico. And honestly, I can, like she says, I can relate. So that's what we'll go with. So she moves to New York when she's 18. She starts her film career. She does a bunch of films, but then she ended up back in Paris too. She kind of went back and forth for a while. Because she's in a bunch of French films, but she's also in a bunch of New York films. And then she came back in the 60s when she was like 25 and moved to New York kind of permanently. Because at one point she was running away. There was something where somebody wanted her to do something and she like ran away and was like, fuck this, and was hiding out in New York and then went back when the smoke cleared, basically. I think it was Fashion Week where they were like, oh, we want you to do this and that. She was like, no, and just dipped out. I think it was Nico. I don't remember what the story is. So, she just literally did whatever she wanted all of the time. She was in like 50 movies, probably not 50, probably more like 15 movies, in the 50s and 60s. And then we heard about Nico because of the album she made with the Velvet Underground in 1968. So at that point, she was 30 years old when that, or almost 30. She was like 29, 30 when that album came out. We looked it up last night. Was it 67? March 12th. Oh, that's what was so weird. March 12th, 1967, because it was yesterday. It was so fucking freaky. So she was 29 years old, and her modeling career and her career in the industry or in the arts was already international by the time she was 18 years old. So you gotta think that by the time she worked with the Velvet Underground, she did have a solid 16-year career without them. That's, yeah. Now you're trolling me, right? Now you're just trolling. Or then again, you're not white, so it's hard to tell. If one, you don't listen to anything that I say, or two, you really don't listen to this music, or three, you're actually trolling me, or four, hit the cash machine because we love Smiley Face. Which is its source? So when she was introduced to Velvet Underground, it was a suggestion by whoever introduced them. I can't remember who it was. I don't think it was Andy Warhol. It probably. Oh my goodness! I don't mean you to prove myself. It was just simply a multiple choice question. If you didn't know. And I was making a joke about not listening to anything I say because I feel like I talk about both Nico and the Velvet Underground all the time and I reference their music a lot. So it seems peculiar you'd ask now, which is why I'm like, are you trolling me? Or just trying to keep the conversation alive, or genuinely just like do not know about this and happen to miss every single time I talk about them. You could see that from my perspective, right? Okay. So she was introduced by like Jim Cale or whatever. No, John Cale is in the fucking Jimmy Page. Somebody introduced him because she was on a few albums in 66, 67. I think she was worked with Led Zeppelin, Jim Morrison. I can't remember. There was somebody way bigger than the Velvet Underground who had featured her, used her on an album right before she did the Velvet Underground and Nico. And that's why she is what makes that album so fucking good. Even though separately speaking, I still really appreciate Lou Reed and the Velvet Underground. Loaded is a great album, as is whatever is it self-titled? The one they put out in 67, 66, 67. Lots of really good stuff they've done. But there's a reason. Yeah, okay, that's fair. I'm talking about the 60s. There is a reason that album is still their best. Nico and the Velvet Underground. That's how it should have been titled, not the other way around, but that's okay. So she was pretty much helping them get a leg up. And everybody just kind of acts like she was the feature on the album. And it was like, I mean, I guess if you want to do history like that, you may go ahead and motherfucking do that. you know? And then she went on to make Chelsea Girl right after, right? It was like 6 months later. And it was awesome. I still love it. I was listening to it a whole bunch yesterday. That's initially how all of this came up. And then she was like, fuck all these men trying to tell me what to do, trying to tell me how to live, trying to tell me how to do my makeup and how to fuck and how to make my music, how to do my drugs, Fuck these men. She just said, fuck these men. And she made the Marble Index the next year. Scorpio season, November 1st or something. Maybe November 27th. Maybe it was Sag season. Her Venus is in Sagittarius, which I really love. And I think it makes total sense as a Libra sun. Yeah, she's really incredible. She's like really incredible. But also was like kind of crazy. But yeah, I mean, she was a total junkie. So it happens. I can't stand it anymore, There's one thing to be addicted to a drug, but she was like, bro, I do not wish to function without this. But yeah, she was addicted to heroin for like 40 fucking years, which is honestly pretty, okay, not 40. She would have been started at 9. No, she was addicted to heroin for like 20 fucking years though. And it's a long time to do heroin. It's a really long time. Um, Most people don't even get the chance to do it that long. Because if, like, you know, um, and she did have a son. She has a son. He's still alive, I think. He's like 77, just really puts things in perspective. But she would like take him to parties and shit, so she had to give him up. She straight up had to give him up. People were like, Nico, what is your 4-year-old doing around? Like, what is this? And then he had to go live with his grandparents, even though no one ever really disclosed who the father was, because I don't know if it was ever really known. It was just assumed, and so the guy they assumed was the father, or maybe he knew he was the father, but never wanted to claim ownership over the son. Ended up staying with his paternal grandparents and was raised by them. He also had his bout with drugs, but at the same time, he overcame, as far as I am aware, and he's a very successful movie director in Paris, still to this day, I want to say. Because he was Belgium, I think he grew up in Belgium, ended up in France, because he's actually German-American, but he grew up in Belgium, so, yeah, so she lost custody of her kid. Nothing fazed her. Literally nothing fazed her. I don't think she was ever married or anything. She just was like hardcore. Cancer Moon, I think. I was just looking at her chart. Cancer Moon, Aries Rising, and it's like, damn, what a fucking chaotic life. But also such a beauty, also such a talent, also such a force to be reckoned with. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Nico. Okay. Super cool. Died in Ibiza. Classic. Really a classic. To die in Ibiza. She like invented that shit. On Screaming Jay Hawkins' birthday, no less. It's like the most goth bitch move ever. Okay, like what? Oh, maybe that's who we were gonna talk to. That may have been it. We were just gonna have like a random goth night. I feel like Pisces energy is clowncore times goth. Right? Gothic clowncore. That's like their energy, gothic clown. Or like you can interchange goth for emo. Yeah. Yeah. You can be like emo clowncore, Pisces, sad clown. Sad clown JPEG is, yeah, that nails it, I think. Absolutely, yeah. That's Pisces. For sure. Sorry. Nobody cares, bro. Reed was a Pisces, though. Yeah, so I think that concludes our Life of Nico, and I think it also concludes my makeup. She died in Ibiza, 49 years old, didn't even make it to her 50th birthday. That's what happens when you do a lifetime of heroin, really. She is lucky to have made it to 50, and I think she knows that. And getting off of it, same is the case with Jerry Garcia. Sometimes getting clean, it's too late. You say biking accident. She got heat stroke and like died. Fell off her bike because she was detoxing. No. She was detoxing, and so she was overly dehydrated. She wasn't really taking care of herself. She had a weak heart. She was in Ibiza trying to get clean with her son. Her son was there, and he was like, Mom, please, I got clean. I want you to get clean. And she finally said, okay. Yeah, and then she went out on a hot-ass summer day, July 18th. Obviously, it was fucking hot. She went for a ride, and she just never came back. Didn't probably bring water, You have a giant water bottle. That could never be you. That could never be you. You know, picnics are great. Picnics are great. I love you. Picnics are really great. We should do a picnic. We should have a picnic. I feel like my makeup's boring. Oh, I forgot to put mascara on. Is that what it is? It's still gonna be boring. It's like, why even put all that makeup on? But you should have seen how pale I looked in this lighting before I did all the gold stuff. You'll have to rewind the tapes. What? Okay. Yes. The story of Nico is depressing the whole way through. She was literally born during World War II and died trying to get off drugs. Like, that's literally, and then, like I said, doesn't get any of the credit she deserves for being the fashion icon of the 60s that she was, for inventing the very style and era that everybody idolizes and idealizes, even though they were all a bunch of heroin addicts. She gets no credit. She is such a bad bitch. And she is not aligned with any of these other supermodels. Edie or Brigitte, I mean, I think different category, different recognition. Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you. I love her music, right? She's also an amazing singer, also an amazing musician, also invented Gothic music as we know it today. People, the Marble Index came out before Bauhaus got together. Like, let that fucking sink in, you know? Like, fuck, dude. That's crazy. And people just think her whole career is that one album. Bro, she made so many albums, I don't even know them all. I'm like still deep diving into her music. And also addicted to the songs that I already know because I'm trying to learn them all because I do a pretty good Nico impression, right? Boom, boom. I like the ones I can sing already, and I don't want to overplay the ones I don't know. But then the more I listen to them, the more I want to know them. It's bad. It's a road. Because my partner doesn't really love all of the music I listen to, mostly because I listen to too much of it. And like a lot of the stuff I listen to is objectively whiny, and I can't even argue with that. We both love Matt Berry. We both love Kendrick Lamar. We both love a lot of this stuff, but not necessarily all the repetitive shit that I listen to. But Nico is still like nice. We both like Nico. So I can't learn too much of her music, or I'm gonna burn us out on her too. Um, but, but I'm addicted. I love her. It's such, I mean, that's the thing. She made like the most beautiful music that can make you feel anything, but she also lived like the most tragic life and was so sad. Like, it's, oh my God, what a trade off. And then to be remembered, but like vaguely and as somebody's feature, that's so fucking sad. Okay. Um, I just, yeah. Yeah, I think she deserves her day. As do I, they say. Who says that? The dead people? Nice. Nice. I guess you can give me flowers in hell, baby. No, I have not. But that's, yeah, exactly. And like, don't get me wrong. Lou Reed is still one of my favorite musicians somehow. Like, he does have a great voice and he does write really banger songs and he plays guitar well, right? Like, does he even play guitar? He plays guitar, right? I don't know. I got to see him. Loved it. Love his music. Love his albums. But Nico, ugh, he knows that he doesn't compare, but he was never humble. He thought he was like better than the Beatles. Yeah, that's he does like a lot of things that are cringy. He literally tried to say that he was better than the Beatles. And like, listen, I like the Velvet Underground way more than I'm ever gonna like the Beatles, no matter how much I get into the Beatles now. I spent a lifetime listening to the Velvet Underground and I still like it. Like, I think they're great. I think their music is so moody and so gorgeous, and it's like slow punk, you know? It's like I don't know. I don't know how else to describe. How else would you describe it? Because they are kind of a punk band, but um, it's like it's all in your mind. It's very psychedelic punk. It's like where I come from, you know. But to try to say that you're better than Paul McCartney's band is like kind of take some leaps and bounds, brethren. Like, I can understand a lot. You can say you're better than John Lennon, because, bitch, you are. Lou Reed is objectively way better than John Lennon, and I don't really want to hear it. But the Velvet Underground being better than the Beatles is, like, kind of questionable. Kind of questionable. As much as I love that he had the audacity to say that, that just seems like such a fucking huge, huge not accusation, but shut up. He's a better. Yeah, right. Yeah, they make arguably better heroin music. Oh my god, that's so funny. Maybe they are better than the Beatles, though. I sure do like them a lot more. It's just like, in what regard do you consider better? Because again, if you're up against Paul McCartney, your instrumentation not better, songwriting not better, composition not better, subject content not even better. He wrote Eleanor Rigby when he was like 12 or something, or like it was about a woman he met when he was 12. He's a Gemini, you know. He's got away with words. Leave him alone. I just don't think that Lou Reed is as much of a contender against Paul McCartney as he would be against John Lennon, right? So, what goes on in your mind? No, maybe they are better, but I fucking really don't like Yoko Ono. But I really think she's a troll, and I respect that. She's first of all, she's a Pisces. I love my Pisces viewers, but like, I don't have Pisces just hanging out in my life anymore because they all are fucking. It's fine. I like a few of them, okay? I don't really Pisces it up though. Oh, she rules. I love that even more. She trolls all. It's like no one is willing to tell her that it's not good, so nobody does. So she gets to just keep doing whatever she wants. And it's just like the word each other spelled as one word. Like, why was that so popular? Like, you guys are dumb. I'm sorry. She's trolling you, right? Like, you can't genuinely think her screaming into a microphone isn't fucking funny more than it is good. That's what I'm saying. Like, is she not the biggest troll? But y'all are like, oh my god, that's Yoko Ono. Do you even know who she is? Do you? Okay, do you know who she is? Because she's a fucking Pisces ass bitch who married John Lennon. And like, I don't know. I like feel like she's a troll. I feel like she takes advantage of it. But I think that's great for her. Like, I kind of love her for that. I only like her in context of her being a troll. Because her art is atrocious. It's terrible for the most part. Everything I see that she does, I'm like, what is this? And for her to have the audacity, I don't know. I can't deal with the lack of criticism for the person who coined the phrase that inspired the song that John Lennon wrote that was really not fucking cool. If y'all know, y'all know. I will send a link, but I'm not going to sit here and like say it. But we all know about this, right? So when he was interviewed about it, he's like, my black friends loved it. I'm like, this is a really good start, John. Okay. But he also said that Yoko Ono is the one who said this. It's very uncomfortable. I don't necessarily recommend it. It's offensive. It's got some cuss words. Oh, and look, this is the interview that I'm referring to, in which she says Yoko coined this phrase. Oh, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So here's a link if y'all don't know. Click with caution. There's cuss words. It's racist and offensive, and these white people. Well, she's not white, I guess, but that's the justification process behind the song. So the song. This isn't the song, but it's the conversation around the song, and in the title is the song title, and that's a thing that John Lennon did. And that's why a lot of people really don't fucking like John Lennon. And I also very much hated John Lennon until I started talking to him as a dead person. And lately, I don't really feel his inner energy as much anymore. And I think he's losing his touch, losing his pull, losing his mind a little. But does some good for the world, for sure. Kind of really recognizes his flaws now, but at the time, he did not. Pompous asshole. But he will tell you that now. So that's why I'm like, chill. We're chill. I listen to the Beatles. But I'm not about to sit here and listen to his solo career either. Or not bring this up and pretend like now that I like him that he's done no wrong. He was still a piece of shit. There's still a reason Jude, disowned him when he was still alive. And I imagine Jude could not have been that old either. To have disowned his family like that. So his wrongs are never undone, but at the same time, some people learn once you die. You know what I was thinking about the other day, too? I was doing laundry. This was so random. And I was like, damn, did someone pay for John Lennon to get shot in the head? And I was getting this message that he paid for someone to shoot him in the head. He thought he was doing something. It's really weird. I don't know. I don't know. I was doing laundry and that thought crossed my mind. And there's probably almost no truth to it. But in some way, I think there is a possibility that one, I have confirmed time and time again that I have gotten some real fucking scary, accurate messages from these dead people. Two, why do I keep making lists tonight? It's really uncanny. It's almost like I have to keep reiterating points, and taking a list just reiterates that I'm making the points. 3. It's cocky enough to be true, don't you think? There's really little motive from that guy other than he was insane. He was obsessed with John Lennon. But why did he think he had to do it? Unless John Lennon was like, yo, I'll literally pay you to shoot me in the head. And he was like, okay, I guess. And he's like, you'll go down in history as the guy who shot me. And he's like, cool. I don't know why I had this thought the other day. I was like, yo, John Lennon paid someone to shoot him in the head. That's weird. Was he a time traveler? Did he believe in time travel? Did he think they were going to kill him if he didn't do it himself? That photo shoot he did, that last photo shoot, him and Yoko, that shit was uncanny. It was kind of gross. It was kind of weird. It was kind of whatever. That was his last photo shoot, y'all. He knew. He clearly knew. Kind of. Like, that's so wild to me. I just think about that, Kind of crazy. So, I don't know why that message came through the other day, but it did. And I wasn't thinking to share it until we started talking about all this. And I was like, that's so funny. Why the fuck did I think that unless somebody was telling me? That dude got paid to shoot John Lennon in the head. It's a debate on who paid him. Yeah. Right? I was like sitting here staring at my makeup like this is not enough. It's paint clothes day. So, I got this matching dress with my bestie from the thrift store. Actually all these clothes were given to me. So it's a really nice button up, really shiny fucking cool buttons. But weird stains on the back. That's why it's my paint shirt. Otherwise I'd be rocking this shit. But there's no paint on it. Then people come on here and they're like, oh my god, you have an OnlyFans? And I'm like, oh my god, you can't afford it. Shh. It's like brown. It's like brown, but it's like red. But it's like brown and red. It looks like very fine, like. It's not pink. It's definitely not pink. But it is kind of pink at the same time, but like a rustic desert pink, you know what I mean? Hence why my makeup is so boring. Thank you. You're a sunset on my computer. Okay. Because you meant like literally, but it sounded so pretty and endearing that I wanted to say it back. Should I write words on my face? Not tonight. Tonight's not the night. No, we should put some Nico lyrics on there. Let's go. What's our favorite Nico song? Now that it's time. Now that I don't know all the words to that song. What's our favorite Nico song? I want to know, do I stay or do I go? Maybe try another time. Or am I really understand the understanding? Yes, in the morning got me looking in the eye. But you should be writing it on my face, you mean? Should I just do femme fatale? I think I should just do femme fatale. I think that's a great idea. Yeah. Do I do femme fatale like war paint, or do I do femme fatale and then like something pretty? I'm sorry about Twitch. Sometimes we text like that too. That's hilarious. I think war paint femme fatale would be more militant feminist of me, but tonight I'm just feeling a little bit more girly, a little bit more pretty, a little bit more it's a warning, not a hazard label, right? So you guys, why are we so funny? Okay. So this is my well, I'm going to be painting. Dude, I swear I'm not this orange in real life. It's so weird that the lighting and the weird angles makes me look like I put on orange makeup. I'm not even wearing face makeup. I literally just did the brush. Oh my god. Are you the one who tapped my computer and my phone? Because, like, somebody did. I heard the voices come out of it the other night, remember? I think it happened while I was streaming. We literally are, like, the Powerpuff Girls, kind of. But we're just, like, Blossom and Bubbles. Or, I mean, no, we don't really have a Bubbles. We're, like, Bubbles and Buttercup in rotation. Yeah, okay. Should I try to do backwards cursive, or should I not dare fuck up my face and ruin my makeup? I feel like it can be cute without being cursive. I don't think I could quite. I don't think I could do it. Okay. Well, okay. Yeah, no, the first letter, and I'm already like, wait, which way do I go? Okay, but I did it though. The F is fucking weird though. They don't really look like anything. Okay, but it kind of looks badass. Somebody on here thought I had a face tat the other night. They're gonna really think I have a face tat tonight. Damn, why am I so cute? Okay, because I'm ovulating. Chill out. Chill out. She's a femme fatale. She's a femme fatale. Yeah, thank you. What do I put on the other side now, though? Nothing. Except that's like boring, right? Don't stop where? Don't stop me now. Oh my god, you guys. Today I listened to a Queen song. Okay, so I like Queen and I love Freddie Mercury. I love Freddie Mercury. Queen's okay though. Oh. Oh. What about Love Trap Queen? I was thinking like Queen Love Trap or something, but Love Trap Queen would be like homage to Fetty, right? Like why not? I had a Trap Queen era, like, but now it's about love. What if we did that? This is gonna be really hard, you guys. Fucking A. So like this side at least is damn, I should have done it the other way around, but we didn't know. Okay. I'm gonna write it really small, don't judge me. Oh my god. Oh my god, same. Yes, Busty, go off in your best Trap Queen life. Okay. No, it's already backwards. We're not doing it. I'm just gonna do a weird, it's like a music note. Um, that's it, no. I just have to leave it. The L is backwards already. It's like not, I'm not gonna be able to get through the whole word. That's so funny. Love Trap Queen's gonna have to be tomorrow. I don't really stream tomorrow, but we'll see how it goes. There, it's like a little music note. Love trap, baby. Love trap, baby. Okay. Okay. I don't love it, but it's good enough. We gotta keep going. Just some random stuff. At least it doesn't totally look like a poo, right? It looks more like semen. Sometimes that ends up looking fucking... It's not that hard. As long as, I mean, as long as you can, like, write slowly. You have to write backwards. That's why, I don't know what you mean by that, but I'm gonna take it as a compliment. Yeah, everybody thinks they're all hot, so, like, I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Alright, it's giving mummy vibes. Golden. Yeah. Yep, yep, yep. Perfect. Okay, so let's add some glitter, and then we'll be done with the makeup. Oh my god, I gotta roll ads. I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, I had this like long chain of thoughts, so I just want to like give you the full intro experience that I imagined in my mind. Please don't ask any more questions. I'm just kidding. You can ask me whatever you want. Do you get it? With so much drama in the LBC, it's kind of hard being Snoop Deal Double G, but I somehow, some way keep coming up funky and shit like every single day. May I kick a little something for the G's and make a few ends as I breeze through, you know. It's 2 in the morning and the party's still jumping because my mama ain't home. I got bitches in the living room getting it on and they ain't leaving till 6 in the morning. So, like, is somebody drinking a gin and tonic? Or is Snoop Dogg watching this? Because, like, there was a time I was willing to not smoke another blunt in my life until it was with Snoop Dogg, and then it took too long, and I was like, man, this is good enough. And I smoked blunts all the time now. So I was thinking about the way that would sound, and then I made that, and I was like, what is that? Oh, it's gin and juice. And then I thought about the song, and then I thought maybe somebody was drinking a gin and juice, because as many times as I rip the bong and make that sound, I don't think of that song. So this is a personal call out from whoever has gin in their glass. A gang tangeray, right? I got that bubonic chronic, whatever, you know. Okay, so moving on. I'm gonna put these on, I think. They make me look cool while I'm painting. There's no prescription in these, so I can look at things up close in them. But there is blue light blocker. So like staring at the monitor all night or whatever. Not the monitor. Yeah, right? It's not a monitor. It's a laptop. Like, okay, can we all just like... Okay, someone nefarious either came in the chat to disrupt my energy on purpose, or I'm just a little scatterbrained all over the place because that's my typical ovulation cycle. It also, 111, could have been both happening at the same time. Okay? Wrong Libra, it wasn't fucking Snoop Dogg. Damn. 11111. Gotcha. Okay. Anyways, what up, Milo? How we doing? Okay, so sometimes when I wear this shirt and these glasses, obviously my hair like this, I look like the product of Milo Thatch and Princess Kita, right? So what is their daughter's name? I wore the fucking lightning bolts again, too. So what's their daughter's name? What would my name be? We're talking about Atlantis, if you don't know. What would my name be? No. Well, like, okay, good point. If anything, it would be like Lolly. You know? But if I was from Atlantis, this was the look. You're right, they probably would just name me that. Have you seen this? Capricorns give really good gifts. I'm dead, dear. I'm not stupid. It's time to work on this, though. We're going to work on her a little bit. Because it's Nico, because I do portraits of dead people, dude, this looks so sick. This Sharpie is so fucking shiny in here. And the metallic white mixed in the purple underneath it is like, it's popping, dude. But her dress needs to calm the hell down. Lita bets. That's kind of nice. Lita! I could see that. Love that. Lita bets. But then like Lita for sure. Yeah, that works, I think. Amazing. Maybe we will paint the church a little bit too. It's cool because I painted the windows all purple with the extra paint that I had. But then when you turn it on, it still just looks red. You can't tell in this lighting, but it still looks red and blue. So it needs lots of layers, but I have a lot of color options left with the windows in particular. This is very fun. And it's funny because it's a bit of a slop job. I'm using super huge brushes. I missed a window, unfortunately, already. It's not, it was a cheap find. Not too much thought or effort in this, but it wasn't that good to begin with. That's why it was on sale, but I noticed like the trim doesn't go all the way and like the windows are busted out on purpose, but some of the stuff's like just a little misaligned, so I don't feel bad about painting it sloppily, I don't think. But how cute would it be to have like a little Baphomet right here? Get a little upside down cross right here. Like I would just love that. Although I guess a lot of what's going on with the Church of Satan right now is like not looking too good on our behalf. Not that I'm a Satanist at all. I just like I hate that Satan gets tied into it. Satan is not the same as Baphomet, but that's okay. They don't realize that. But I thought it would be cute to have like cliche temple statuary right here. So we might use our extra paint, but I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna fucking narrow her hips. I probably gotta grab these Sharpies. The pink was dying on me. And they're like these metallic Sharpies, so they cover over anything really well and they give it that shine. But it might be too dead to fucking use or just needed time to recollect ink. So I forgot to grab it. Need to grab that. And I just need to make the dress less shiny. I needed to define her arms and her boob. But also didn't even do that good of a job, it seems like. You know? But I'm so sick of painting over and over and over. The dress is the hardest part for sure. Everything else I think I'm done with. The background I'm not changing. The ivy, I think that if I worked on it anymore, I would stop liking it, and I know myself. I know when to not overdo it. This I'm hoping to keep at all costs. This too is all gravy. Her dress is really the last part. And then also debating on if I make this rose white or if I leave it drenched in the pink aura that's coming off of her. Because it's kind of a cool thought to think that she's walking through with it. But if it came from here, she would have just picked it and it would be white. I don't know. Hard to say. Her face is even pretty much done because I don't have anything else that I can go over it with. Her hair I don't want to mess with too much. I feel like the details not really matter because the bigger picture is the big detail. So that's my contemplations on this painting. Is really just taking in her hips and making her dress less shiny. But to accomplish that, what am I going to do? That is the big question. Now that it's time. Oh, I should do my Easter paint. No, you know what? We should paint a fucking leprechaun. Or, maybe not a leprechaun, but like a shamrock. Right? I think that would be nice. I'm working on an Easter egg. It's gonna be really cool. And I guess it's because this is a rainbow. This would be the one. It's got like this weird monster thing on the back. Yeah, fuck it. We'll use that one. I hate this. I hate this. I don't know what this is about. Ugh. Maybe we fold it up. I don't know. Maybe not. This is pretty much done. This is done. Maybe. This feels done to me, though. If it feels done, it feels done. Fuck it. We're gonna call this one done. It's probably too late. This is probably good for collage. Let's try to collage these then. Let's see if I have any good pictures for those. This, the bane of my existence. This, goals. This can wait. Maybe that'll be parts of the Easter egg. We could make a really cool thing. Yeah, this is going to become the Easter egg. Wow. Cool. Oh my god, now I'm excited. That'll be cool. We got to get through St. Patrick's Day first. So this is on the agenda. Oh my god, now I'm excited for art night, you guys. What's up? What's going on? Yeah, so I think this is going to be done. So basically, I got out of the hospital and everything was different. Nothing seemed cool and I had no team. I still haven't fully, completely processed or recovered from it. So here we are, this drawing I did, but now I just added water and I was going to paint over it or like adjust it, but I think I kind of like it now. And I think I wrote this and I traced it just with Sharpie. Seeing the world as it is means never going back to your world as it was. I can't remember if I wrote that now or if I wrote it then. But I'm just going to call this one done. It seems right. It feels good. There's things I would change, but if I overwork this paper, it'll start to shred. And so I think I have to know to just stop it. If anything, I would drip rainbows more. Something. Maybe I don't want it to be done. Okay, we'll think about it. But these three are on the agenda tonight. So what's this? And honestly, I don't even want to start with this because I need to build confidence for it for sure. It's like I'm very nervous to fuck up the stress. Seeing the world as it is means never going back to your world as it was. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. I need my Sharpies, y'all. I'm just gonna roll 1 little minute of ads because if I'm gonna walk away from my computer, then we're gonna make money, right? So I'll be right back. Actually, I'm gonna roll 3 minutes of ads because there was something else I needed to do also. It was take a picture of my makeup and post it on Instagram. I'm sorry, I'm vain. If you're a subscriber and you don't watch ads, you get to watch me take selfies when I get back. So, or I mean, before I get back, but when I come back with my Sharpies. Just a thought. Okay. I fucking love fennel seeds, dude. Love them. Can't get enough. They're so good for you. They're good for your heart, good for your cardiovascular system. They're good for your breath, They're good for, and it's like a little bit antibacterial, I want to say, because that's why it can kill the smell in your mouth, right? So fresh. Wow, good for you. You get behind the scenes of me taking selfies for Instagram. Unfortunately, I might have a bad angle. Maybe I don't. Maybe it's just in my mind. Because I don't think it's a bad angle. Until then, I tried to take a picture and it's like, don't love it though. I think all of my angles are good angles, typically speaking. Ooh, kind of looking alien-like there. Ooh, gorgeous. Okay, aliens out. Got way too many damn pictures on my phone. Thank you. Aww. Yeah, thanks. I think some more than others. Some better than others, but no bad ones. Thank you. Yeah, this one, that one, that's good. Okay, what's up, everybody? Good morning, good evening. It's supposed to be 222 in somebody's time zone. Ooh, Instagram is being a dick. Thanks, Zuckerberg. We love you. She's a femme fatale. She's a... Thank you. It's about to be 222. Damn. I do look good. And I'm like grateful for that. It's not lost on me. I fucking talk to myself in the mirror and fucking thank God every day. Because my good looks have saved me in many, many ways. And I don't really give a fuck if you think that sounds vain. It's truthful that being good looking has gotten me out of so many situations that would have been otherwise very damning. Quite fucking frankly. To be quite fucking frank. Taking a second. I just like share my stream. But then I don't think it really changes my numbers at all. I don't know that it really works, but it's more of the I say I'm going to do it, so I try to keep consistent with it, even if it doesn't do anything. Hell yeah, pretty privilege is real. Are you being sarcastic? LOL, you're probably beautiful. How do we know? We don't even know who you are. But that shit is totally real. Like, oh my god, yeah. Absolutely 100%. I get away with a lot of stuff I probably shouldn't get away with because I'm attractive. And it's not that I do it on purpose or use my good looks to get out of it. It's just that a lot of things phase people a lot less because I am so good looking. Like, if I'm cussing somebody out or I'm angry, that's better for you. People inherently think, like, oh my god, that's hot, now I'm aroused, more than they do think she's scary. Actually, it's both. Some people find me very scary, but they still think I'm hot for it. It's crazy. It's just crazy. It's crazy. So, like, invalidates most of the things I say for some people because they just can't look past, like, the physical stuff. But yeah, it's a privilege because then those people were willing to like die for you, do whatever the fuck you want. Hence the femme fatale mental, right? But once again, is that really intentional, or was I just existing and you stopped paying attention because you were fixated on my looks? Yeah, how is that my fault? I just showed up. I didn't create this face. This face is just the one I was given. Like, there was no construction. There's barely any makeup. What can I do? I can't just make myself less beautiful, but then I still dress like a freak, thinking that's going to deter people, right? But no, men of all kinds have the audacity to think, oh my God, I want to fuck this woman. And then I'm like, yo, I am barely a woman, okay? And they're like, yo, as long as you born one, I'm like, great, this is great. No thanks. So it's pretty privileged until, damn, man, ain't nobody take you serious. Sucks. But then you gotta do what you gotta do anyway. Gummy bears. Hear the way she talks. And I'm not saying I'm like that attractive, but you know, most men really do have the audacity towards most women. So like even like a subjectively attractive person, like, you know what I mean? It's the same across the board. I'm not the only one with that fucking experience, obviously. I feel like it's very common for women to feel that way. Or maybe it's not. Damn, why is this shit not working? Also really wholesome. Really, I think this is the most wholesome thing about myself is that I do have two Instagram pages. They're pretty similar. One is older and I got locked out of it for a while, which is why I made the new one. But then I was able to gain access to it again, so I kept both. And I try to keep the content mildly separate. I at least post different things on the pages. You know, like even if it's the same song, it'll be different content. One is more tarot, one is more music, I guess. You know, tarot and whatever, and music and poetry. But because I have two accounts, I sometimes will send stuff to myself because I have like different people on different accounts and I might want to send them something. But I'm always sure to interact with myself, even if it's just me. Like, if that makes sense. Like, I send myself a meme and then I react to that meme through the other account, because I think that's like the nice thing to do is not leave yourself on red. And then maybe it teaches you to not leave other people on red, like a fucking rude ass person who would do that and then still want to come on my stream for some reason. That's weird, right? Nah. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, so either way, I think it's a point of self-love. A point of self-love to do that. It's very sweet of me to acknowledge myself in that way and to have that relationship with myself if I'm going to be online anyways. Especially because so much of the content we come across on the internet can be so mind-warping to how we perceive ourselves and how we think about ourselves based on, you know, the comparisons that we shouldn't be having and shouldn't even be faced with on a daily basis, you know? So if you have two accounts, I highly recommend it. That's highly recommend interacting with yourself more. In any way you can, including in that way, is what I really say. Damn. What the hell? I want to know, do I stay or do I go, and do I try another time? Am I really understand the unforgetting? I don't know what the fuck that song lyric says. Oh, there's something I'm looking for. I'm like, what am I doing right now? Where did I put? It's right here. That's yeah. That makes sense. So carefully. Okay. So, I have some. Yeah. Yeah, well, I think that's another thing is people expect me to be shallow and rude and self-serving and all the things they associate with hot people, stupid or mean and easy to manipulate or whatever the fuck. And then when I'm not, that's like you said, they just kind of get mad about it. And niceness is an illusion. I'm a very kind person, but I'm not a very nice person. And what that really means is like I will give the shirt off my back, and I've done it before, but I'm not gonna sit here and pretend to smile at someone I don't want to smile at. I'm not gonna make nice or ask about someone I don't give a fuck about. And if I gotta work with somebody I don't like, I will get the work done, and that's about it. I'm not gonna sit and hang around with them. Like that's just that, you know, and it's not that big of a deal either, but I don't do the niceness. Nice is fake. Um, and true kindness is telling someone the truth instead of faking it for them and saying, oh, hey, instead of directly saying, hey, you know, what you did really bothered me. What's up with that? Hello. I'm trying to talk to y'all. I'm trying to talk to you. Because a kind person would address something that needed to be addressed or needed to be said, and a nice person will avoid it at all costs. But confrontation leads to progress, and avoidance leads to regression. So it's like you're not doing anything kind for them in the long run by being nice in the moment. Like, fucking say something, bro. The fuck? I have some printouts. They were from Valentine's Day, so I wanted to make these into collages, but I don't know what yet. I feel like this one has a lot of potential and could be anything. But I feel like this one, I would just wanted to find a picture I could hang myself from this like shooting star thing. I don't know. Thought that would be kind of cool. Looks like these weirdo wings or whatever. I don't know if I really got the right picture for it though. So I'm gonna look. It's time. Okay, but like me with a finger gun could be kind of really cool actually. That's a good choice. going to do it. Well, you can nicely say something, but oftentimes when someone says, I'm just being nice, they certainly were not being very nice. Yes or no? True or false? I think you can be both nice and kind, but I don't think niceness is an indication of kindness. That's what I really meant. Not that you can't be both, but that one does not indicate the other. Because I refuse to just be nice. But sometimes I am. You think no offense is very nice? Niceness displaces sincerity. Yes, I agree. Yes. Right, and if someone is kind, it's because their actions show you that they care. And maybe that's what it is that niceness is all in the words and kindness is truly an action. Kindness is like a moral, or, what am I thinking of? The Beatitudes, the Gratitudes, what are they called? Beatitudes, right? I think kindness is one of the virtues, or what the fuck am I talking about? It's a Christian thing, a Catholic thing. There's like patience, kindness, compassion. I don't know what the fuck they are. It's not niceness though, it's kindness. LOL. The 7 heavenly virtues, so you do know what I'm talking about. Is it one of them? No offense can also be used as a weapon. No offense, but you suck, So that's the thing with kindness is like there could be niceness is there could be a lot of kindness behind it, or there can just be nothing behind it. And that's the same as with tropes of nice guys. You know? That's why maybe they get shit on, is because their niceness has no kindness behind it. It's all words, no actions. But I said you're pretty, but I said I like you, but I said you're smart, but I said, okay, but what'd you do? Failed to fucking get to know me, failed to hold the door open for me, failed to see me as a human being. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Some people got both, some people got one, some people got none. I think that's what it is, right? Because some of the kindest people in the world have absolutely no fucking manners or regard. Okay, this is a great story. So I'm going to not even tell you. Besides myself, I don't think of myself as a very nice person. Most people don't think of me as a nice person. Though many cannot deny me of being a kind person. Because even if I don't like you, I've done some shit for you that it makes it hard to hate me. Because I've been so fucking kind to people. It's hard. Where, like, personality-wise, very unlikable. Very not nice. But kindness level, extraordinary. Like, damn, I got you. So, a better example outside of myself is of my friend's father who passed away, R.I.P., but an American hero. I was living out in Colorado. I didn't really know anybody, so I got a flat tire, probably because I hit one of them dips too fast, too many times. And I was really freaked out, and I was on my way to his house for a party, his birthday party, I think. And I was like, I got a flat tire. And they said, hey, how about this? We're going to have, our daughter come pick you up. Y'all can come here for the night. Ask them if you can leave your car there overnight. And we'll go get it tomorrow. We'll worry about it tomorrow. And I said, okay. They're like, you can even take our car home tonight. It'll be fine. I'm like, cool, thank you. Because I had work the next day. So went over there. The night was awesome. So much fun. So much fun getting to know them. It was literally such a beautiful time. The next day, I worked all day. And they came out to pick up the car, of course, and to change my tire. Dude was probably hungover. He was always a little grumpy. Whatever. He was a working dude. Had a lot to take care of. I totally cut this wrong, I think. Yeah, he did. He was just like, whatever. It was late. He just could not be bothered. So he's changing my tire. And this chick from a parking lot next to us walks up and is like, hey, any chance you could change my next? But she was dead ass. She was like, my brother-in-law is supposed to be on his way, but he's not here yet. And like, I just don't want to be alone anymore. And so this man does not say shit. He just grunts. He changes my tire. It was a bitch and a half. I had this old ass Ford. It was rusted out. It was horrible to do. It took him so long when it really shouldn't have at all. It was just my car was so rusty. And it was used, obviously. You know, like a used Ford. And they warned me that like it sat in the rain for a little too long. Like, okay, whatever. Rusted out. No one ever had to change the tire before. And it was one of those things you had to crank down. It was awful. He struggled so hard. So he just doesn't say shit to this girl, and we're like, I wouldn't count on it, you know. So he gets done with this bitch and a half of a fucking wheel. And then he just doesn't say anything, and he goes into the next parking lot and changes her tire in a matter of 15 minutes or less. And, like, goes home. And it was just such a marvel to see. It was just, like, it was so funny because he just seemed like he just was not being nice in that moment. He was not being nice to this woman who was like, please, instead of saying, oh, I'm sorry, I'm in a hurry, I can't. Or like, yeah, I'll be over there when I'm done. He just didn't say shit, and it was awkward as fuck. So funny. But then he did it anyway. Because he wasn't always nice, where he was not in a good mood. He didn't want to be doing it. He was so frustrated by this fucking car. The audacity that this woman would come up in the middle of all of this. A complete stranger. And yet, the kindness of this man, the kindness in his heart, the kind person that he was, changed her tire anyways. And I think that's my best anecdote. And a true story, once again, to an American hero and a legend. R.I.P. I don't know how he felt about coffee, but I do know he loved smoking weed, so we'll rip the bong for that one. Hell yeah, brethren. Ayo! I gotta catch up on the chat a little bit because I was very into that story. For most of history's nice meant stupid. That's funny. LOL. That's honestly true, though. That's so true. As much as it seems like a silly parody or whatever, the bullies punching each other, there is like if you're protecting your own, it's the kindness of your heart is putting yourself on the line for others, right? But if you're violent about that protection or take that protection to the next level of needing to be physical, then it's seen as not very nice, right? But it's like you're still doing the right thing. That's like Malcolm X, pretty kind, not very nice, whereas maybe Martin Luther King was pretty nice, but not very kind. Don't you think? Not that that's like the only example, but it's just a very emphasized example. What's up, Van Mercer? See, it pays off to just randomly post on Instagram that I'm streaming. Okay. I'm still catching up on the chat. Yeah, knowledge and belief, or knowledge and wisdom. I feel like knowledge comes from information, and wisdom comes from interpretation, right? And like the difference between being smart and intelligent, where they're both great things. This is such a wholesome conversation. Fight Club vibes. You know I was on that shit last night. The Crucible. What you know about the Crucible? Just kidding. I don't know what I know about the Crucible. I couldn't really. Tituba was blamed for being a witch, and then they tried to try someone else, and there was like a John Waters or something like that. Or maybe I read the word water. I don't know. I don't know what the order of things were there. So I cut this wrong, and now I'm debating on just cutting it entirely. Because I'm going to lose this little piece. It sucks that it just is so dark. It was hard to tell what was sweater and what wasn't. But it looks weird as hell. I could just get rid of the sweater part, actually. I might just make it work. But then I'm like, damn. Yeah, let's try it. Fuck it, let's try it. So what's up, everybody? We're doing some art tonight. We might get to the tarot later, but right now we're just kind of fooling around. Doing some art stuff. I want to finish this painting, but I wanted to do a few other things first and get a little warmed up before I went into it. Because I'm very nervous, because I do not want to fuck it up again, and I'm sick of adding layers to this dress, but it's the only thing that's keeping this painting from being completed. So I am doing some other stuff. But what's up? That's so real. That's so real. Well, that's like, okay, so Mary Whore of Babylon. This is the exact conversation. This is why it's so speculated what the fuck was really going on during the Jesus era, because at one point a whore was like a town scribe or a secretary for the state. And so when you start using words where these were just jobs that typically women held, or roles that were even permissed to women at the time, because I'm sure a lot of women didn't work or whatever, maybe not. They eventually became slurs for things. And this is also, it's same in the I think we've talked about both of these things before, but it happens in a lot of contexts with feminine or otherwise, like, yeah, Mary Magdalene, they call her the Whore of Babylon, so everybody assumes she's a prostitute. Yeah. Well, she knew all the secrets of the state, basically, yeah. So it was just, it's interesting how so many interpretations, iterations, and translations of that Bible would be like, no, she was having sex for money. Because it's not necessarily the case. It's like what they've assumed over time and the way that the language has evolved. And it's like words like, am I allowed to say? There's stuff where it's like, wait, this is murky territory. But there's certain words, okay, like cunt, we'll just stay in my own lane. Cunt being an insult that British people use feels very ironic. Because the only origin of the word is African. And it's the word kuntas, and it's the only word in any language that embodies all of the parts and pieces of the female anatomy. Okay, so what? Yeah, think of one. The womb, no. Vagina, no. It's like, how to iterate that. There's no word that encompasses both. The female reproductive system, that's 3 words. That's like... You know, so the British took the only word, when in their pursuit of colonization, they threw the only word in the entire world's languages that described what woman is and turned it into a fucking insult and a slur, okay? Like, turn the water on and let the sink in, all right? That's like, what the fuck, you know? So when you say stuff, just know that it is that deep. Okay? Stop trying to joke it off, rub it off, and say, it's not that deep, it's not that deep. It is that deep, dear. It very much is that deep. And you know what's coming to mind? You keep messing where you gonna keep messing. I don't know the words. What song is that? Ding, 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 ding. Is that these boots are made for walking, and that's just, or is it a different one? This is what I was thinking, y'all. Like Space Sheriff vibes? Yeah, okay, it is. Nice. Oh, I was rocking cunt on my forehead like years and years ago. There's pictures of me at a music festival, and it's just like cunt. It was very controversial at the time, and that's when we learned a lot about these words. So someone was like, you know what? I want to know really, because we were trying to translate. My friend is from Japan, and is Japanese, and she was like, is that what I think it says? And I'm like, fuck yeah. And then my other friend was like, okay, but let's like take a moment to like know what this means for everyone in this situation, right? And that's when we found out like the history of these words was at PsychFest 2015. Sorry, I'm fixing my hair because it's bothering me. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, agree. I like it, but to think of it as like this insult or just knowing that it was taken from a language when it had a whole ass definition and was never meant to be a slur is, yeah. I think I'm just gonna put it right there. I wanted something like drip down. No, this way is weird. I was gonna try to find a full body shot, but this has the thing cut off. I could do like standing behind something layers like this, but I don't hate it just under it. This is cool though. I like this so far. This one I feel like has too much potential. Oh, and I like the back of this. I don't know why I didn't think of that. I almost like the back more than I like the other side, right? Yeah, she doesn't really look like that in real life, but we'll see. This I'm digging. And the inspiration is going to be Dusty Springfield or whoever the fuck sings that song. Nancy Sinatra. Who originally did that song? Neither one of them. Boots are made for walking. Nancy Sinatra. All right, second guess. Not bad. She did the original. Okay, yes, I agree, but that's what makes it so awful that British people would try to take the power away from someone else's language and make it something that is insulting and powerful. And then, like, have the nerve to just say it has no meaning at all or whatever, you know? And it's not on every British person who walks around and says it. This colonization process has been over centuries and it's nobody's fault at this point. And I wouldn't say stop using it because I quite like it myself. I don't use it often because I think in the US it's still really frowned upon and people are very shocked by it because they do take it so seriously and they do find it so offensive. And it's like, y'all are goofy for that. Y'all are really goofy for that. Like, really goofy. So yeah, this is going to be very Nancy Sinatra inspired, but I don't think I'm going to do the Boots lyrics. I think I'll make up my own words and just like boom, 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 same vibe. Something like gonna hunt you down or something. Ooh. I need you alive and swallow you whole. Maybe some of those lyrics. That's right. Man, I really wish that I was making music more often than I do, which is like pretty much never. Ooh, I could use this for this one maybe. Do a collage on one side and like poetry on the other side. That'd be cool. Yeah. Start with like a silhouette. This one's gonna be Grateful Dead inspired. Oh, you know what I was meditating on today? And this was like such a beautiful moment for me because I enjoy things like nostalgia, I suppose. But I was thinking about, oh man, how could I eloquate this? in the same way that I did earlier without actually remembering what I said. There was something like, when did you decide to give up? When did you decide that the fight was no longer worth fighting? When did you decide to resign from being a hero or having hope or having wonder in your world? And why? Was it because you discovered that the bad guy was real or was worse than you thought? Was it because you felt it was pointless or not your job? Or what was it that made you feel like you should just give up doing what you think is right and fighting the good fight and doing your part in making the world a better place? What was your moment that deflated you into succumbing to what is rather than what you want? That is something I was curious about in the beginning here of my day. It was something that was on my mind. Because I don't know. I don't know how I got there. I don't know how to explain. I don't know why, I guess because people always make comments on how I have so much hope and still follow my dreams and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, what do you mean? I'm just living my life, really. I'm just being who I am. There's no chase here. I let things come to me and I let them unfold and I put myself out there in new ways and as I'm told is good for this kind of thing. What? I don't know what you mean by that, honestly. So these are just some things I've been thinking. Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Sure. It could be rhetorical. But just something to think about. So I'm going to make this like a shamrock kind of something or other. Yeah, we're going to do shamrocks, rainbows, whatever. The book. I'm going to see how this pink Sharpie does. And I've got like this you keep messing where you shouldn't be messing. Thank you, Morphinage. Happy birthday to me. I'm just kidding. I'm a Taurus. I don't know why I would even say that right now. Thank you for the support, the love, appreciation. Time after time. Thank you. And it comes at a great time because I don't know if it's a Twitch thing or if it's based on when I affiliated, but my month starts the 12th, so you're like the first person to subscribe on my new cycle. I haven't seen it actually. I wanted to watch the Pinocchio on the stop motion Guillermo del Toro interpretation, but I could not get through the glitchiness. I don't know if it was my laptop or what, but thank you. I'm so glad because it's really nice to have your company. It really is. I can talk to myself, but well, yeah. No shit. But it's really nice to have company. Like, I can't even pretend. So it's been a delight to get to know you as well. redrawing some of these flowers that I had on here. I'm so excited for life to happen the way it's meant to. I would never want to interfere with anyone else's life, and I know that I have in the past, and I know I probably still do in some ways that I don't even really consciously mean. And I'm excited for the next chapter of my being, and I'm glad that there's only a week left of fucking Pisces season. I would love to see that too. Yeah. So when I was like nannying this summer and winter, whatever, I watched a lot of my old favorites, right? So some of them held up way better than others. I feel like Robin Hood really held up, actually. I feel like I really enjoyed that. Alice in Wonderland, absolutely. There were some, not as much. I can't even think of what I didn't like, but I watched so many old classics lately. I watched something new, Aladdin. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. That's like, I don't know. I think I watched. It was weird that I don't even really remember. It must have been the live action Aladdin, right? There was no other ones. Yeah, I don't think I was crazy about it. I don't think I cared either way, kind of. Quite frank. Go into the garden, go under the ivy, go under the leaves, go right to the rose, go right to the white rose. I'll be waiting for you. It wouldn't take me long to tell you how to find it. I'm gonna finish this painting tonight. I'm glad I did this though, real quick. I'll put this, I fucked up. Let's try this one. It's not so. Nope. Not good enough. Go into the garden, go under the ivy, go right to the leaf, right to the party. I don't even think I'm singing the right words. I sit here in the thunder, the green on the gravy, I feel it all around me. And it's not easy for me to give away a secret. It's not safe going to the garden. Oh, you know what else I thought about? Go under the ivy. I don't remember if I brought this up or if I was just thinking it. But since we talked about Nico so much, sorry, I think I missed some stuff. Not really, but I don't know if I've seen any other Peter Pan movies. I should watch. I don't think I watched Peter Pan. That would have been an interesting one. Thank you. I'll have to approve you. Yay. So as much as like Nico is a really depressing artist and her whole life was tragedy, and it makes you think, like, do artists need to be sad in order to be inspired and to make their best art? That's like the age-old, maybe not even question, but it's sort of an accepted part of being an artist, right? And it's almost kind of hard to think, even as an artist. Like, I feel like I was going through a bit of a heartbreak over the past year. The past year, I broke up with a deep, deep parts of my whole life. People that I've known for a long time. There was many breakups, many heartbreaks. And I've created so much art in that time, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. But now I feel like the creative process is slowed down and I have to think of what to do. And sometimes it is a lot easier to have inspiration. And so it's like, okay, so does the artist need to be tortured in order to make art? And here's what I think of is Kate Bush. Kate Bush is like, she's gonna do what she's gonna do, no matter what anybody's doing. But her music is amazing. And most of it is inspired by literature. It's inspired by things that already exist. It's inspired by stories and fictional characters. And she has always been very private and seems to be doing very well. Never really played the weird, like, political games of fame or got too deep in the industry or seemed to have changed much over the years. And I think it just, she seems like a happy person. And I guess I can't just deem her happy without actually asking or knowing. But she seems to be living her best life. I think we can all agree. And her music is still very great. And it's not depressing. And she doesn't seem like she lived too much. I'm sure tragic things happen to everyone, but like she didn't just live her whole life of tragedy to be able to make great music. And so I think it's great to have the contrast of the two. I think this is pretty much done. There's this one flower actually I don't like. I can do something about it. Maybe just do more black. Okay, maybe I'll do something there. It's funny. Good for you, though. Right. Right. Good for you. I'm the opposite. I think energy work and magic is harder when I'm upset, but art and creativity is so much easier. And I don't really have to be sad to be able to carry sad emotions. And my depression, I can still feel very happy or know what makes me happy when I do it to make myself happier, to get myself out of it. So the art creation aspects get me on high, but the heartbreak inspires the work, so I never have to actually stay depressed or stay sad. I am able to move through it a lot faster because I can interpret it in that way. Or so I think. I don't know. Got this going on. I just added this. I did a while ago. I just added some color and drawing layers to this flower. I changed this one a little bit. I might add paint, and then I made the bush where I might put something. I might make this a little bit collaged, but it says "C'est la vie, a journey all your own." And I just thought I wanted to do like a fucking softcore Y2K inspired French painting. This was if Laurie Anderson and Kate Bush were the same person or something like that. The night I did this and my internet was out, so I wanted a French phrase, but I only know that one. Okay, so this one's pretty much done. And now some shamrocks. There's something. Let's do a pot of gold, right? And a rainbow. Yeah, let's just do that. You'll never beat the Irish. Hi. I don't know why that song popped in my head. Write my name in the sand. Yep. So, pot of gold. I love the smell of like chemicals and stuff, I'm not even gonna lie. I never was into huffing by any means, but I just love the smell of stuff. Yes, I don't know. Sorry. I fucked this up a little bit because like the rainbow's gotta be, I should have thought about this. I could make like a double wide cauldron of fucking, damn. That's okay. Okay, this might be sweet. Or just messy. Okay. And then draw some shamrocks. This is gonna be so cute. This is my St. Patty's Day. Okay. I love this so far. This is what we're working with. Little St. Patty's. Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna put words on here too. Like blessings or some shit. From the leprechauns. Okay. Then, like, I might color these, but I don't know yet. I feel like it would kind of be cool. Maybe I'll do it with watercolor, actually. It would be really cool. Yes. Okay. Let me try a Sharpie. Trying to cut down these hips. I got it. Now that it's time. Okay, I think Fairest of the Seasons will be next. I want to know, do I stay or do I go? Do I try another time? Or am I really have a hand in my forgetting? Listen in the morning, looking. I don't know the words at all. So carefully. Yeah, this is good, but I think I need to maybe do a white layer. I really wanted it to look like she had an aura anyways, but I'm scared to do it with paint over Sharpie. Sharpie is so much easier to control. Okay, but her hips look so much better this way. It was just too much booty. This is how they got so big in the first place. I guess, like, no body is completely symmetrical, and nothing about this painting is accurate anyways. Or like anatomically super correct, so I shouldn't even worry about it. Or try to make it perfect. It looks great. I need to figure out what I'm gonna do for the dress, for the arms, for the chest. Because that shit is too motherfucking shiny. Okay. Fuck. And then this shit's not bright enough for this situation. This, I'm gonna get out. This, I'm gonna use. And then this can go back. This, cool. Cool. Thank you. It's really close. Yay! Also, congratulations. I hope you did find one. I don't know what the determining factors will be, but I hope that it all works out for you. I'm assuming you're going alone. So, if and when we do tarot tonight, are we feeling any decks in particular? Last night someone chose the pink deck. That's nice. I prefer a house. I don't give a fuck. I'd rather have roommates in a house than have like an apartment to myself, kind of, because like the space you get in a house is just so clutch, and not having to be on top of people you don't know is, you know, like as an energy worker, sometimes it's overwhelming to be in a building of a lot of people, quite frankly. Picking up on stuff you don't even know is happening. What should I write on this, like, Lucky Charm thing? I kind of want to look something up in Gaelic. I feel like that would be the right thing to do. Even though St. Patrick, I don't think he was Irish. Isn't that, like, the whole point? I don't know how that was. I don't remember. But I guess I can think about it for a few days. St. Patty's Day's not till Friday, right? Oh, wait. What day is today? Yeah, it is Friday. Who's still here lurking? Why did everybody get quiet? If nobody really left. What's going on, fam? Oh shit. Fucking ads. Goofball. I feel like I was supposed to get water, but maybe not yet. Okay. Damn. I feel like there was. Oh, I smell like incense. Okay. Still am going to, but yeah. I have my own song stick in my head, but it's not mine. It's a cover that I changed the lyrics to, so I have like my version stuck in my head. I don't know why it popped in my head, other than it's fucking catchy and it's super cute and it's really good. Waking up in this reality when I wanna stay inside my dream. Oh, I'm awake now. Not hit it tonight. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh. I think I'm 100 times another forward. I know that I've seen you here before. I'm always around. I don't sound that good tonight. I never thought that I'd live forever. I sometimes think dying would be better. Never thought that I'd live forever. Oh. All right. Damn, this will not open. Can't use pink? Now I'll use the color pink? What the hell? I have not struggled to open any of these until right now. What gives? 2, 3, 4. Maybe I was meant to see that shit. Okay. I just wanted to pick a rainbow of color. Oh, and 2 some blue sky stuff. And they look down at the ground, missing. But I never go in now. I'm looking at the big sky. I'm looking at the big sky now. You want my reply? What was the question, honey? I was looking at the big sky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5. That is 5. Holding on the big sky. We're gonna do it. Maybe we can do green at the end. That would be weird. Hold it down on the big ground. Okay, let's do it. Damn, this one's not open either. See, that one opened with ease. I don't know why that other one wasn't opening. Isn't that strange? What's up though? We just got everybody lurking. I appreciate y'all doing the lurking though. I just sometimes like, especially if I'm doing art, if I'm just chatting, I'll think of stuff to say. But if I'm really in the art and no one's chatting with me, sometimes I kind of forget that it's there. So as long as y'all don't mind, I know it's not as fun when you can't see what I'm doing. Like when I'm painting the canvas, you can totally see what I'm doing. But when I'm down here, I know you can't see it, so it's not like as entertaining in my opinion. So I appreciate y'all sticking around to do it. Appreciate you. More than you'll know. More than you'll ever know. The Killers. What song am I thinking of? Don't know. It is nice having a company. Are you working? I don't really get your schedule. I don't know if maybe it's because you were off for a week. Do you just work Monday through Friday? I don't really remember. I feel like you're always working some days. But maybe I'm wrong. Oh, thank you. Sorry. I was not paying. I got really, really, really into it. Insomniacs Anonymous. Nice. That's so wholesome. Oh, you're so sweet, Morph. Thank you for that. It's true. Everything she said is true. She, right? Man, I have not been keeping as good of tabs on people lately. You're Taurus. she, her, right? Don't know if I remember. But thank you. Entirely accurate. I have Lucy's Space Garden by Space Days stuck in my head. It's like a really good song. My friend made the video, I think. Okay, cool. It's like a Singapore band, and they're really cool. Is this love, or is it Lucy? Is this love, say Lucy? Is this love? I just love that song. It's like the only one of theirs I really know, but it's really good. Yeah, same. I like Disillusioned. I float through the gender sex seasons. Amen. It does bleed regularly. That's almost more relevant to any other part of sex and gender to me, is like, oh, so you get it, right? Periods, huh? I don't give a fuck how you align. Do you have to go through that shit or no? No? Okay. Then you don't understand. That's it. That's like usually the only context in which that fucking matters to me. Is I'm like, oh yeah, my time of the month. And then all the other people who bleed every month are like, here. Otherwise, it's just to be able to refer to people as their preferred pronouns. Yep. Especially for someone like me in particular who does talk about PMDD a lot, where it's like, I get that. Most of my crowd is like, what the fuck? That sounds awful. And the other half is like, oh, I have a similar experience with X, Y, and Z. You know, their own endo, blah, blah, whatever ails them. Because we're all ailed with something, it seems, just for having this given reproductive system. Cool. And then you want to restrict who I can be and what I can do in spite of that? Great. Thanks so fucking much. Okay. Right. Lucy Space Garden, is this real? Is this love? Say Lucy. I'm making the pot blue because it'll make it look darker, and then I'll probably paint black over it. This is love. Same. Been at war with my hormones since before my period started. I missed a bunch. My body betrays me, yes. Yeah. Yep. Oh my god. It's so fucking irritating. Yep. Yep. They just are like, oh, don't worry, babe. You're just schizophrenic. Take these pills. You're just bipolar. Take these pills. I'm like, you realize it's just not working, right? Like, it's absolutely not doing anything for me, and it's not stopping my fucking emotional turmoil or suicidal thoughts. You realize that, right? And they're like, no way. You want to try it again? No, dude. Can you listen to me? Let's do blood work first. For what? Oh my god. They know nothing and they don't want to be told otherwise. It's like, well, goddamn, right? Fuck me, because it's just my life at stake. But of course, your ego takes precedence over my life, as does your paycheck, your well being, and like whatever you want to do in life. Because you're a doctor. Cool. Nobody gives a fuck, right? Like, y'all been screwing us over big time for fucking decades. Like, I'm good. I don't know. It's a horrible impasse to be at, you know? I don't want to feel like that, but that's how they've made me feel. I want to be able to rely on a medical system that I was raised in, but at the same time, like, look what you did to me. Like, no thanks, man. I guess it's good to get checked up or checked in, but, like, at what cost? Yep. And then, like, all the research they have is just based on other people's pain, and women's tolerance to pain is greater, especially if they're, like, black women or native women. They have an even greater pain tolerance. And it's like, who told you that? Slave owners who and fucking Nazi doctors? Is that who told you that? Why are you still saying that? Why do you still believe that? You're a fucking what? You're joking, right? Like, what? No way. No fucking way. This is where we're at with this, by the way. It's gotta dry. We'll finish it later or tomorrow, whatever. This I do not want to get wet. This is space garden, is this room? Is this love? St. Lucie, is this love? Okay. I did a bunch of little art things tonight, and I am satisfied. I think I'm good. I think I'm done. This, I didn't really do anything. I feel like I don't know. I'm a little lost still. I brought her hips in. You probably can't even tell, or you can just still see the black underneath it. But I can't decide if I want to try to go in and do a white aura trim around her in the portal, and then would I bring it out of the portal? Like, I'm really stressed. But her dress is so shiny, it needs a layer of black, so I might do that. But I don't know yet what I'm going to do. So let's add, I guess we can add a little bit of black paint and kick down the shininess of the Sharpie. And see how that fares for us. I want to know, do I stay or do I go? And maybe try another time. Where are you going? And how are you getting there? Yeah, it is supposed to look like a cauldron. It's the pot of gold at the end of a rainbow. It's just you can't see any of it right now because it needs layers and details. Sorry if that seemed like a personal question. Uh-oh. Ooh, it's gonna be fun. What you doing there? Yeah, I've really only been to Canada besides the U.S. Well, cheers! I'm gonna rip the bong for your vacation to Mexico. It's gonna be a great time. Hell yeah. A fucking man. Why not? You know? Just be taken care of. I love that. I'm looking forward to it. And if you get bored or lonely, you know where to find us. And definitely check in, like, before you go and when you get back, if we don't hear from you while you're gone. No sloppiness. I think I just undid all the hip work I did, but that's alright. Maybe she's meant to have huge hips. Maybe this is why I didn't want to do this. But it needed to be done. I'm glad I didn't do the oral thing yet. That's gonna be the very last thing, obviously. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, Thursday. It's already almost Tuesday, so good to know. No way, because look how clean this cut is right there where this shoulder length is. I'm not messing with that. Plus it's Nico. Her hair wasn't ever that long. I like the idea though, and this is now sloppy. God damn it. I hate that I do this. I maybe should have just been done with it. But it's just got to be finished up. It just needs like a little bit of detail, a little bit of rounding, a little bit of, like, almost want her to be wearing a coat over the dress, over the slit in a way. But I just don't know that I'm able to pull that off. And sometimes as a gay, I don't have the audacity, you know? Sometimes I'm a scared little queer instead of a fabulous, audacious gay, you know? Like, that's so real, right? You know, sometimes I'm just a neurodivergent queer with anxiety and not the audaciously fabulous, willing to try anything gay that I'm meant to be. Is that fair? Fair rate? Okay. Fae Fair? Yeah, I love the Fae. I don't give a fuck what people say about them. Just be nice, ironically or not. Like, don't fucking steal from them. Don't fuck with them. They'll be fine. I don't know. They only fool those who have it coming, I think. Or they just like to prank people, whatever. No biggie, I like Gemini energy. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's a good point. I would never send an unsuspecting person in on them, that's for sure. But that's why I feel like people really mess up with them because they don't pay attention or they like don't like you can't just walk in and not say hello and then be like, "Oh, hey." You know, I just always greet them before I'm greeted. I think that's a key to it. And always having a space for them, accommodating to them. I think ultimately, if you have a fairy garden, you're good with the fae. It's not a perfect science because if you're a real dick, but most people who build fairy gardens are like of the fae, by the fae, for the fae. Nice. Hell yeah. Maybe we'll make it to 4 tonight. I kind of do want to do tarot after this, but if it's too late, I might not. And there's no deck that's. Does anybody have a deck request? Oh no. Why did I do that? Okay. Okay. I just started thinking about Sid Barrett. Something, something I can't explain. I don't really know. What song is that? Ding, 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 ding. Is that the intro to Pipers? What? I don't know any of the words. Love that song though. Love that album. You're the kind. I just think of Bike too. Like, I always thought of that as kind of like my favorite Pink Floyd songs. The lyrics were so moving to me, like so impressive. I'm such a lyrical person, you know, being a writer and a songwriter even, but um, I really love that line. You're the kind of girl that fits in with my world. I'll give you anything, everything if you want things. And then the rest of the song is a bit goofy. And I just love that about Sid in general. But that whole album stands out. When's his birthday? Is he a Gemini? I feel like he couldn't be. He could be a Cancer. I feel like he's a summer baby. Spring or summer. Don't know. I don't know. I probably looked up his birthday at some point, so it's odd I can't remember, but whoops. Gave it to you if I could, but I borrowed it. I don't like that edge. Why is this not working? You're the kind of girl. Is it this brush? The brush looks great the whole way up, except for right here. I'm not getting the shape right, maybe. Yo. Oh, God damn it. Oh, no. Okay. I don't hate it. It kind of gives it movement. God damn it, now I gotta do the other side. This is what I was avoiding. This is why I use the Sharpie. And I can't go back on it now. With the dress. Where it's okay though. Okay. So the other night someone like asked my opinion on cake and we went deep dive into that answer. We had so many answers for cake, right? I don't even remember what they actually meant. But ever since that conversation, I have had cake stuck in my head. And oh man, I don't know why this song in particular, but it's always, I got a mind that could steer me to your house, and a heart that could bring you red flowers. My intentions are good and earnest and true, but under my hood is internal combustion power, and Satan is my motor. Hear my motor burn. Satan is the only one who seems to understand. Hear my motor burn. Satan is the only one. So, yeah, that's. Alright, if I just like skirt it on the other side, it would make sense. That's it. That's it. That's it. Alright, 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 alright. Even though it's like a little off, that kind of makes more sense. Yeah, some movement in there. Okay. Satan is the only one who seems to wonder. Okay. Like where we're at, I think I gotta stop with this painting tonight already. It wasn't much, but I'm really focused on finishing the dress anyways, and like, it's gonna take time. It's gonna take layers. It might just be a skirt thing on top, like making an extra, maybe like thin white there, and try to, I don't know how to make it dynamic. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not that qualified, skilled, or technically good at any of the stuff that I do. I'm just like creative enough to do it. That's it. I don't have high tech skill, high quality product or anything. So I get nervous sometimes when it comes to these fine details. I took her hips in a little bit. I can still see that it is definitely less drastic, but I don't know. That's just, oh man, this might be it. This might be, I don't know. It's like a little less shiny though. Let it dry before we decide. And let me paint my fucking nails before we get into tarot. And then I think we'll switch to tarot. I think I'm done with painting for the evening. Oh, hell yeah. Always, 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 always. I love it. And I have been painting and stuff since I was a kid. I've been taking art classes, like, in school and on the side. But it's just, like, as much as I can learn something and as much as it sticks and I'm hands-on, kind of, when I make art, I don't know, it's almost like that's where my stubbornness as a Taurus comes out, where I'm just called to do something else. Like, I wouldn't even know how else to explain that. It's just that. It's it. That's the explanation. Is I'm just called to experiment. I'm called to try my own thing. I'm called to do my style of things, you know? So even if I've learned all of these things, I never practice them because I'm always just kind of working with what I got instead of trying to replicate something. But that's the true mark of an artist or an innovator anyway. And that's why I do have such a very unique style that's easy to spot even when it's replicated. You know, it's not, it's I get you. Thank you. They do disguise their process, and a lot of them rely on a lot of digital stuff and means, and yeah, make it pretty and presentable, and I could give a fuck less. Yeah, I don't know how much longer I'll stream, but I'll definitely be ending this video and then, like, doing it up for tarot, but not probably super long or anything. I appreciate y'all being tuned in. This is a lot of fun. I like art nights a lot. Because it encourages me to do it, you know? I have a blank canvas, too, that I'd love to start, and I feel like I would like to... Yeah, no, I want to read tarot. My intention was to do... Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting. I was going to do channel messages and Halloween Oracle tonight, but I might have to put it off because I did this for so long. I never expect to paint as long as I do, but I got so many little projects done and started, and... Oh, yeah, let's do this fool. Well, it's not dry, so... You know, that's okay. The next couple streams might be both art and tarot again, but we'll see. I am once more debating if this rose should be painted over white or stay pink dripped. I can't decide. Yeah, she's coming together nicely. I think I will call it for the night. Didn't use a palette for a reason. Waiting for the other projects I'm working on to dry anyway, so I'm just gonna do it. Really? Yes. That's awesome though. It's meant to be. Maybe I will pull that one out. Those like shadow self readings too, so they're pretty intense. And I did a way, since I used a brush, I did a way less thick coat of acrylic, especially because it washed off when I showered today, even though I did it thick enough. So this is already dry, which is great. So I am going to roll some ads while I clean up the paint stuff, and then I'm going to end the stream and switch to tarot category so that if somebody's watching the replay, they can know which video is which. So, yay! Oh, big stretch. Okay. I will be back in a bit. Yo, that's great about the canvas. I have a blank one still. Yo, when we hang out, we should paint and we can stream it. Wouldn't it be so much fun? You're like, no, I don't want to stream shit. I'm like, I know, we can just paint, but I was going to use that canvas to paint another painting on stream because that's what this one is, and it turned out really good, so I like it. Also, wasn't trying to put you on the spot, but you are anonymous, so no one really knows. No one really knows. I'm cleaning my desk up because I got paint all the fuck over it. I think it's just mostly watercolor, but that's okay. Little hand sanitizer goes a long fucking way. Clean the bong, clean the desk, clean the fucking everything, you know? It's great. Just like alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Hell yeah. Okay, sorry. Sorry. It's because I was mumbling and looking down and doing something. I was just babbling about hand sanitizer anyway. It's kind of a silly thing. Ooh, that would be fucking dope. Yeah, that would be fucking dope if you could do that. Cool. Dude, I'm so excited. Okay, this is drying now. Check this out. I'm working on a St. Patty's Day thing. I think it'll be cool. I think it'll be... this ended up a little less what I wanted it. A bit sloppy, but it just means more layers, right? Like more and more layers. But only a couple days to finish it, so we'll see how it goes. This is nice and clean. This is where we're at with the canvas. It's so close to being done. I'm definitely not touching any part of the background. This is done, this is done, this is done, this is done, all the way around. This, on the other hand, not done. Her face done, her hands done, her hair done, her body done. Her hips, I brought them in a little bit. They look more human. Brought out the dress, got more movement. I kind of like where we're at. You can see it's a little less shiny, but it's still real fucking shiny, right? So we need a bit more paint on there because the Sharpie is still fucking popping. But I'm not about to do it tonight. Thank you. It's basically me and Nico as one person. Debating on this rose, if I want to paint it white or keep it pink drenched. I think the pink is kind of cool. But it's gorgeous. This is our tribute to Kate Bush. So under the ivy, go for the white rose, etc., etc. But yeah, so I really just did this tonight. But I like where it's at, and I'm not going to keep messing with it for this evening. We're going to switch over to tarot. Okay, so basically, also, I think I'm just going to roll another 3 minutes of ads, and I'll just talk through them. So if you're a subscriber, you don't have to watch the ads, but it'll keep us at an hour of ad-free when we switch streams. So I might as well just do it now, I think, even though I know I just did, but get the money, honey, okay? So, yeah, and yeah. Okay, so I'm just putting this back at this point. She's so gorgeous. I love her so much. She's just gorgeous. I love her so much. Boom. Okay. Back in place. About to kick on the table. 4 o'clock. Right after these ads. 4:21. Damn. I suck and I don't deserve to smoke weed. Just kidding. Cool. Yeah, it's crazy how everything is too bright and then all of a sudden it's not bright enough for me to function. It's hilarious the way that works. Just waiting for these ads now. It didn't take long. Trying to remember what else I want to do before I go back on. We'll need another incense. So let's grab it. Let's do Libra. We just use the ones that like my partner. I use the ones that my partner doesn't like as much when he's not here. I save the ones that we both enjoy for when he is here. Yeah. I need to get water. Okay, so I need to get water, light incense. Maybe have a little snack, a little bite of something, and then I'll be back with tarot. We are doing the Halloween Oracle, and going to have to pull out the pink deck again because I found some loose cards. So that's going to be the agenda for the evening. My desk is really clean, actually. There was so much paint on it that I got off tonight because there was more paint on it to get off tonight. Mr. Sharpie entirely. It's green, so I'll leave it there with the shamrocks. Oops. Alright. So, the plan is we're going to end the stream and we're going to go over to the tarot category. So, I'll catch you over there. We will chat for a minute, get situated, feel the vibes, and then we'll dive into some Halloween Oracle, pink deck stuff. Yeah. I'll see you there. I'll see you there.